I hate sanding. Like most people, I hate sanding, but there are things to make it a little easier for you to do.
So I used to think there wasn't much difference in sanders. I've had several of the cheaper versions like the Black & Decker, and had stepped up to a Dewalt thinking it was better, and it was to a degree. But as I got into larger batches of products, I realized just how bad the dust collection on the Dewalt was and how much it strained my hands to use it.
This thing will work you to death. I upgraded because I wanted better dust collection, so I got this Bosch, and you know, the hose will fit on either one. I can go back and forth, but this Bosch is so much easier to use, okay? So I've about quit using this one. This is my go-to sander for a DA.
So I'd read some reviews on the Bosch sander and just how good the dust collection was, so I bought one. And it was true, the dust collection was so much better, and my lungs quickly thanked me. But the side benefit was, it was so much smoother to run, and I no longer had hand cramps from using it. Notice how I barely have a grip on this sander. It's smooth for sure. While I'm talking about it, I should mention I'm hard on sanders. I tear the pads up that hold the paper on. When they get all boogered up, the good news is they are cheap to replace and you'll have a new sander again. I put links in the description below to all these tools and the accessories. Sometimes I'll break the edges with a piece of sandpaper, but in this case I keep a small trim router set up with a roundover bit in it. It puts a nice edge on the piece and repairs any blowout I get from the CNC. It makes quick work of it. So my CNC was leaving some pretty hairy stripes in the bottom of the tray because I was using a bowl bit instead of a flat bottom bit. I did this to get the curved inside bottom of these trays, but it was hard to sand out. This add-on drill sander kit makes easy work of that and allows me to get into the edges easily. So I do the rough sanding and get most of it with that. These discs are cheap and easily replaceable. Since I couldn't get my Orbital sander inside the tray to finish it, I needed a better option.
This is an air sander that lets you get down into little tight places. The only problem with it is the body gets in the way, so if this was sticking out further, it'd be a lot easier. I've used this because I burned up 2 Dremel tools trying to sand tight places. But honestly, this dude on a drill is about the best thing that I've ever used.
Since I couldn't get my Orbital sander inside the tray to finish sanding it, I needed a better option. So I bought the most expensive sander I've ever owned from Surf Prep. It and a couple boxes of pads were right at $300. These padded sandpaper pads are great for sanding contours too. They won't round things off like a normal sander.
I had a cabinet shop buddy tell me how much better these Surf Preps are. You saw me using them earlier, and they use these foam pads. It is so smooth, you literally can just put your hand on it and it'll run itself. It's air, it's not electric. It takes a pretty good sized compressor, so you know it's not going to work on a little pancake compressor, but it's a really good sander, so much easier, and it allows me to get inside things up to the edges and into the corners.
One of my other favorite investments is the oscillating drum sander. I use it kind of like a straight line edge sander for sanding my edges. On the end grain, the layers show up as lines from the CNC machining. They can be a little tough to sand out. This makes quick and easy work of it. About every tool company makes one of these. This one's a Harbor Freight and it's been worth the money, and cheaper than the others that I had priced.
These sanding blocks where you can just take regular sandpaper that goes on your sander, put on these blocks. These are handy for hand sanding because I don't have to cut sheets and do all that. I got a lot of this already. I started using this 3M Cubitron, and I've used various brands of these, everything from the stuff you get at the big box stores, Harbor Freight, to some DuraGold that I ordered online. And the DuraGold I thought was really good. nothing beats this. This is my go-to sandpaper now. You don't have to line the holes up. It'll work on any sander as far as dust collection, and it's aggressive. In fact, you can tell when you put a fresh piece on, it will grab. It's really abrasive. It's a little more expensive, but I use less of it, so I think it works out. I've got some other things that I put in drills, like here's a flap sander. This is handy for irregular shapes. You can put it in your drill press, you can put it on a drill. Either way, it works really, really well. Now to clean up live edges, I started getting these flat disc. You put them on a grinder. I got these actually at Harbor Freight. This is a 4.5 inch diameter. This dude is the bomb for cleaning up really rough stuff, live edge, that kind of things.
So while I've never had the opportunity to use a Festool or a Mirka sander, which I hear are even better than what I have, I am sure happy with the Bosch and my Surf Prep. None of these are sponsored. I paid for all my tools out of my own pocket. At the end of the day, they all make things smooth. For me, it comes down to ease of use, how much dust am I going to inhale, and do they work for my projects? Leave a comment below with your favorite sander. If you think we've earned it, we would sure love for you to like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks so much for watching. Hey, get out in your shop and make something today.